in Valencia.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. They had a couple play days after it in EU Pro League and still a lackluster performance.
So those are really far back.
It was a while ago now, yeah.
So nobody's really sure about Penta right now, and that's why we're here today, right now, to figure them out. Where are we going to play? Let's find out.
Clubhouse Border banned out as one of those teams played one of these two maps in the past. We have the stats, just easier to say it, I guess. Kafe Dostoyevsky between Empire and Penta, and that is a pretty good map for Empire.
Everybody, you know what? Honestly, everybody loves seeing Kafe.
It's a good map.
Players like seeing Kafe. Do you like seeing Kafe?
I love Kafe. I love playing it as well. In the beginning,
All fan of Kafe.
The instant it was put out, I'm like, let's try the olden style of just let's walk up the staircase, and you're like, that is the wrong thing to do.
You got to learn it, relearn it.
And then you change your playstyle, and you're like, this makes so much more sense now. I really like it. And all pros, even in their first playday here in EU and in other regions, have kind of applauded it.
You know, there's that one guy in chat right now like, I don't like Kafe.
Actually, I like Bakery when it was in the past.
Who's going to win?
Empire.
Okay.
Penta getting a 13% is actually impressive.
I mean, I thought this was going to be... I mean, it is the most one-sided, I think, of the day. Yeah, because G2 got 79 over Chaos.
3% draw. There's some people that just cannot make a decision in their lives.
I mean... There's 3 possible certainties. A draw is, in a way, a certainty.
Indeed.
So, I mean...
It's an uncertain certainty. It's like...
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, okay, maybe. I see what you're getting at. Like, oh, I don't know who's going to win that draw. I don't know. I think it's... like, in this case, especially, with the teams that we've got going up against each other, I think that if you're voting for a draw, you really think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
You've got to, like, really expect that in order to vote for a draw in Empire versus Penta. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
It's Schrodinger's game.
They all are, if we're going by that logic.
I
right?
want it to seem smart. Okay, Mike.
No, okay. It's Schrodinger's
Schrodinger.
game. We're going with it. All right, so Penta starting on defense. That should favor them a little bit. Empire starting on attack. And Thermite's banned. Okay.
It makes sense. A lot of its assaults kind of start from red and then go into piano, right? Using the Thermite. Habana sometimes is used. I think EU has kind of gravitated between one and the other. But the Thermite definitely works well, and it works for Bakery, or at this point, Kitchen. So
we'll see a lot of Habana, basically, is what that's saying.
Yeah. The Mira being banned, the Capital being removed is definitely not something that kind of boggles the mind. It's Buck sometimes is the operator that gets on the chopping block if teams are getting a bit crazy in their setup. It's got to be an Echo Maestro. It's a Maestro expected. So here we are. So far, the Capital Mira Maestro is kind of predictable, but because all 3 operators are just so good.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing Capital ban for most of the matches today, if not all. We do a recap here.
Not the first game, I believe?
Yeah, no, it was the first game, the second game, and the fourth. The third one.
The third one.
The one we just watched. There was no Capital ban. There's Nomad and Ash, as funny as that is.
Yeah.
I still want to know who Vitality was trying to counterban with, counterban with Ash. And Mozzie was definitely one player in particular. They were trying to get out.
If you're listening, and I know you're not because you're probably watching the French stream, could somebody ask Bebu to tell us why they banned the Ash? Otherwise, Skuk, if you're listening to us by some miracle through the clean feed, please ask away. It is very much required. That's it. We are ready to get into our first round here. Penta on the defense. They're going to start off on the top floor in the bar, what is considered by many the favored site.
I think it is. It's the site. Yeah, this is the site to go to on this map, for sure. I always find it funny when you see like an operator get a Pro League skin, when it's very unlikely that they're going to be played much in Pro League. The Penta one, though, that's really cool.
It's sweet.
Make sure to pick up the team skins. Again, guys, those team skins directly support the teams.
The Team Empire charm is pretty sweet, isn't it?
Actually, I don't like camo on stuff, but the Team Empire Bandit skin, it just works. Yeah. I don't really know how to put it.
Like a chikibriki kind of skin.
I don't know exactly what it is, but something about that Empire skin works.
Those lines along the breast that he has, the like yellow horizontal lines, it kind of fits with the red on his. Is that, of course, red is the Russian color, so kind of all fits together.
I never thought I'd say this, but I think the camo brings it all together. Even though I'm not a fan of camo, but I think it brings it all together. As weird as that is.
Shopping here are shopping trips in Rainbow Six.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a pretty standard attack on Kafe, and that's why we've been talking about skins for the last 40 seconds, because the first 40 seconds are usually just the attackers getting to the roof.
Yes.
Once they get to the roof, they open up the drop-downs, then they start their take it to piano. Yeah, you guys have seen it before. There's not a whole lot to it. Once they have piano control, then they can open up the freezer storage wall, start pushing into the site, whatever it is they do. And it takes a long time to actually like execute that. It does. So that's what Empire have been up to for the last minute.
So, what does Joystick do? He's just going to stick his angle. So far, not really move too far back. One set of tracks has been already used, and I suppose that I was thrown at the top of red, right?
Yeah, it was. Shepard's going to take down Genix as well, so with the Jaeger off the board, Shepard did eat a lot of damage, but that is definitely a large advantage, and there goes the Yokai drone. That's huge.
That's a free pick there on the Yokai as it was transitioned. Oh, look at that. Bottom holes that have been opened up in the freezer wall, and enemy will find the headshot on Dan and take him away. Before the Hibana could do much, you're walking in there, you're not expecting the wall to be half reinforced and half opened in that manner. So Penta are able to outplay Empire. Their own game here on the defense. There's one in the back of the freezer. And the Empire at least have control of piano. They have to be very careful, because assaults from Penta can really come from anywhere, given the fact that the Yokai is always available. Even one of them can just do so much work. The shotgun to the head. Hungry runs up and smashes Scyther in the face. Penta in the advantage, even with Revon so low on HP.
Everybody on Penta is lit up right now. Enemy the most HP at about 75, and he'll still die to like 2-3 bullets, depending on the gun. Karzek is going to take down Blaz just underneath the skylight. That's a great pick there. Joystick down, Shepard on low HP too, so it's mainly on Karzeka. Joystick's going to pick up Shepard, so they'll both die to 1 bullet. But likewise, Penta is on low HP, and as enemy gets downed, it's a 3-on-2 suddenly from a 2-on-3. Going back and forth here on these low HP players. Ravon, nice shot onto Joystick, finishes him off. Karzeka is the power player here. He's taking up the most important position, and he's got the most HP. Hungry takes down his last teammate, though, so Karzeka's got to do work, and it's just not going to happen. On time is the win. Zofia could pick herself up, but the clock will save her before she's able to be finished off.
The top of the head of Valkyrie was spotted there at the end, but there's just not enough time. You just don't know if you downed your opponent, the echo in that spot behind the wall. You don't have the points markers in Pro League competitive play if you guys did not know, if this is your first time watching here. But you can't see it. You don't know if you downed someone or took him out. If you don't hear the scream specifically or see them with a drone.
Or gauge it based on your understanding of the weapon you're using, the damage drop-off, the operator armor, their HP relative to like what your opponent, your teammates have done in terms of damage to them in the past. Like it's basically just like a constant game of like, is he up? Is he down? And you figure it out as you play. I think most players are pretty proficient at like knowing if they've downed someone or not. Yeah. But if it's behind cover, sometimes it can be really hard to figure out, like you said. Kendry tweets out, "Let's go. GG, well played to Team Vitality. Road to Japan is looking good."
Yeah, Na'Vi are definitely still in the running for...
They are.
For going to Japan. I mean, we're still at week 8, so it's really the top 4 that are fighting. Even the top 5, if you count G2, should things go their way.
I mean, they did just put themselves at what? They're at 15 now, right? Mm-hmm. So if Navi's at 15, they're in 3rd. They're right behind Team Empire at 17.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a comfortable spot.
And of course, the announcement has gone live, as we saw with Doki when he was talking to us in the interview. Jacques, an ex-pro player back in Unnights, if people remember all the...
I remember Unnights.
Yes, that was ages ago in EUPL with Kauxis and the guys that used to play on the team. But here you go. Now, he's analyst for Na'Vi, and he's been doing very well. Of course, very proficient in the French scene, as many are in the region. That aside, Empire will go for the same sort of play as we saw before. This is very standard. This is what you always do when you're playing on Kafe Dostoyevsky. Go up to the top floor, make sure you're safe from enemy fire, and then drone in, make sure the top floor is clear, and then move into the building from that spot, maybe leaving one player behind to hold a window here and there.
It takes some time, but you can make it happen. And it's always been the situation that, you know, you're going to spend 40 seconds getting to the roof, extra kind of 30 seconds right after that, getting into the top of red stairs and cigar, and then from there, usually about half the round in, you'll have control of piano. Empire actually being kind of efficient here, more efficient than usual, in taking control of piano, thanks to their excellent droning, information gathering, and just general confidence. Ravon downstairs, he could get a C4 kill if he plays this right. He's just got to be patient.
Oh, here he goes, and it does not connect. Unfortunately, Kajika is holding the top floor with the Habana in support. The drone will come in and confirm or deny any positions from their opponents on the opposite end of that wall, and they do spot one. They're going to try to run away. Actually, all three players are getting close up to the white stairs. Kajika will pounce. Grenade being cooked by the Buck. His enemy will find a kill and another from Yannick's, but he won't be able to run away from Scyther's grenade. As it downs him and takes him out. Still advantage for Penta Sports.
Yeah, Penta have been doing a great job on these defenses. They just did a decent delaying action. I say decent because they managed to get 2 kills out of it, but they didn't waste as much time as you would expect on a cocktail roam. So good job to Empire for being so efficient. Good job to Penta for making Empire hurt for that efficiency. Now, top floor control means vertical pressure. And with these breaching charges, Shepard can put out a lot of that. He's going to continue to work his way down from above by just opening up the floor. That's going to force these anchors to maneuver and be a little bit uncomfortable. Ooh, Dan misses an opportunity there, and he goes to try and secure it, but he just can't make it happen. He actually will be downed himself by enemy. Beautiful job there. Karseka, a nice entry as he pushes into reading. Behind pillars is the pulse, but Shepard gets him, and Blaz onto Karseka, leaving just Shepard in pillars. No ability to push in through the doorway thanks to the smoke canisters, and he'll have to push into the hallway. Nothing gonna come of that. Again, defense wins on time despite Empire's efficient take of the top floor.
Unfortunately for the Buck there, he kind of started firing into the bookcase, but that bookcase is impenetrable. So
yeah,
you can't really shoot even though the call came in and he started firing at the right time and moment. It's unfortunate, but hey, well played from Penta. They really peeled off bit by bit. They made Empire fight for every inch of the map. And by the time the breaching charges were doing much, it just, you know, went away.
So I asked, and
for the Ash ban.
The Ash ban, I guess it wasn't like a direct counter ban to anybody in particular. So that's interesting. Vitality seemed a little bit confused, I guess, in the match when it comes to their attack ban. I had to know. I figured it out, and that's interesting.
Who did you ask? Some of the players, I guess.
I asked somebody. So Penta now on kitchen defense. And so far, the defense has looked really solid for Penta. And by really solid, I mean they're winning the rounds. But it is kind of close. So what I mean by that is, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they managed to put themselves up 2-0.
Yeah.
Even if they're close rounds, Penta have put themselves up 2-0, and I'm just impressed by that. And they could keep that ball rolling.
5 seconds to go.
Kafe, of course, is right now, at least it feels like it's a defender-sided map. I actually don't have the stats on that one, so I can't say it as an authority, but we've been seeing, I think, time and time again, a lot of defensive-sided matches on Kafe.
So what do you do now if you're Empire? How to crack this from Penta? They're not having the thermite might actually be hurting Empire because they haven't been able to open up big holes to enter through. But at least that was the only thing that we could see in the first round. In the second, it wouldn't have been really consequential, wouldn't? I mean, you could have opened the wall from pillars to enter into reading. So there's that possibility. I don't really know how to put it. Is it specific operator? Is it just Penta on top.
What are we talking
Empire
about?
making mistakes. How Empire on the back foot here?
Oh, I mean, they're just barely. Again, I feel like if it were the other way around, if we'd see the Empire start on defense, maybe we'd see a 2-0 in the same sort of kind of deal here. Blaz is going to eat some damage early on there by pillars, and he'll fall back. With top floor and middle floor control in favor of Empire, they're going to be able to open up above and start pressuring into the site. Kitchen is really vulnerable to this vertical play. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Located a bomb.
Moving on, Karzeka going to breach above the drop down. That's over by the meat locker. And we'll get some good control from there.
And Joystick still moving in by red. Scyther's in control of the top floor. Kajika will drop one. It's Hungry out of the picture. Blast on low HP.
Good job there to Karzeka. He manages to get one through that vertical play. And I mean, everybody on Empire, it feels like, is contributing to opening up from above. And that's making it really hard for Penta to live in their sight.
Yeah, and playing the gridlock is great. You just get so much flexibility with the op. Ravana runs right into Dan, which kind of surprises Dan for a moment. But there you go. He finds the free kill off of it. Sure, Shepard has been removed. Blast is low on HP. He's not spotted yet as he is playing the Vigil, so a bit difficult to find him. Diffuser is going to get picked up off the body of the Thatcher, and Yannick's on the Jaeger as he runs away. He'll get picked off by Dan and Kajeka for another one on a blast as he tried to exit the bar. Enemy last alive, just playing the hallway here from the small bakery. There's a shield, but it's not really going to help him, and his position is known. He wins the gunfight against Dan, but at what cost? Low on health now. He's got to fight close. The gridlock of Joystick is watching in. And he'll find him. There we go. That's the round. Empire finally secure their first.
All right. Late, but it's better than never. And it's on Kitchen, no less. Now, Kitchen is, for many people, a comfortable sight. For others, a very uncomfortable sight. It really depends on who you are and how you play. Because some people actually hate it. And the reason they hate it is because of what we just saw from Empire. That vertical play. They took control of the top two floors, isolated the staircases. It's 3 of them, yeah, but they isolated them with the gridlocks, and then you just open up from above. The Anchor's life becomes hell, and they have to maneuver into the waiting arms of other Empire players who have pushed downstairs and are ready to catch you in the rotation. So just a well-executed strategy from Empire. Nothing too crazy there. Very simple strat. Well done. And they win their first round. They're going to have to do similar things, though, as they now move on to top floor, a site that has been in the past successful for Penta.
So,
oh, an IQ, too. I like the IQ one. I still wouldn't use it over the Elite, though. The Elite is so good.
it's so good.
But the thing about the Elite, the IQ Elite, is it kind of has like the Twitch drone Elite effect, but like it's a person. Where it's so bright, it's super hard to see if you're on any kind of like bright surface.
If you're playing Coastline.
If you're on Coastline, you can't see the Elite IQ outside. You just can't. She's invisible.
I agree.
And
That was actually the first map I played when I bought that.
yeah. And did you notice how like people were like missing
they
on
couldn't
you?
spot me. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
I cannot tell you how many experiences I've had with the Elite IQ outside on any map really where there's sunlight, and that's all of them. And then yeah, I can't see her, to be honest. Especially on Coastline, though. It is much worse on Coastline.
But here we are. The G8 makes a reappearance tonight.
Yeah, we've seen her. We've seen the gun already earlier today.
I think Corey was using it on Giants, and
It was Corey.
that'd be something to continue. And here you go. First Yokai drone sniped out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Well done by Shepard here. He's also bringing the breaching charges. So in case this was an assault into a bottom floor site, then it would be great to have. But no, this is into the bar, so it's not going to be such a big help for the team. I think the big question is, have Penta set up in the same way on bar as they did before? That's a very interesting double shield that they have, but it's going to be very easily destroyed by the Zofia. There's a reinforced wall that should get easily dropped, and Kajeka is playing with fire here. Nobody peeking against him just yet, but you saw the outline. It's just way too close for comfort. And we're seeing Warden, finally, as again, reminder to everybody, new DLC operators are in play. So Nook and Warden, I guess not new anymore, right?
But nobody's been playing them because not many people
want to play them.
Yeah. There's a pick onto Janix as he attempts to, it looks like, get aggressive in piano. It's good. Weird.
It's the same setup that we saw from Penta in the past, with the soft wall half reinforced. Grenade's going to be lobbed into the bathroom, but not going to connect with anyone. X-Kairos should force Hungry away, but Hungry was able to do so much damage previously with the shotgun. He'll take a bit of damage, HP, and then run on back. Shepard scanning around, trying to spot the second yokai. Not sure if it's still up. I would assume it is. There we go. Enemy will throw it out. Should get detected. You see here the tracks are being thrown in, and he tries to set up, but catches the side of the wall.
So Team Empire, one-man advantage, 40 seconds to execute, and a rotation hole into the barback storage. This is a good situation to be in, and Shepard takes out one, and whoa, Dan, a double for him. That's 3 total. It's looking fantastic. And there, wow, what a cleanup. I mean, there wasn't even anything to say in that time. Empire swept in, and they just dealt with their opponents in a way that only Empire seems capable.
Once they failed the first time entering piano, they learned from it very quickly. And you saw this round was completely different than what we saw before. They didn't fall into the trap that Penta were setting up, utilizing Hungry with a shotgun up close in the bathroom, in the hallway. Force him back. Don't take the gunfight if you don't need to. And by the end, Penta were so pushed back, they were in such a small location that they were walking on one another's toes, and Empire could just push up and isolate them.
Yeah, it did seem that way, and I gotta be honest. The way that Empire made Penta seem like they weren't even holding anything.
Yeah.
That's really what stands out to me. It was such a one-sided event as soon as Empire started their take into the site. And you really gotta be impressed by that. And you gotta also wonder, is that going to continue for the rest of this match?
I don't know. Maybe these first 2 rounds were kind of Empire getting back into the shape of things. Because remember last time they played top tier play, I guess, was back in Raleigh. They didn't play at DreamHack Montreal. I assume that the Russian Major League had restarted and maybe they played in some online stuff. I will check that. No, it's upcoming. It is not up just yet. So this is
they haven't been playing.
Yeah, this is the first time they play since the Raleigh finals.
Okay. Well, if I'm being completely honest,
Please.
Every single team I've seen play today is looking a little rusty. All of them.
It's all right.
Yeah, no, and it's not because they are anything's happened. There's just a long break, guys. A really long break. And a lot of teams were playing in that break, and all of them were scrimming, I guarantee you. But scrims are not adequate. They don't replace Pro League matches.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot more experience and a lot more drive and a lot more push out of a Pro League match. And that's really important to know. I mean, scrims are actually a better platform for learning and testing, but something about actually playing against the other T1 teams constantly.
I don't think you can gauge your performance off of scrims.
You kind of, it's hard to say.
Not
it depends on the situation, right?
Top tier play, right?
Maybe.
So, I guess when teams are kind of fighting for their spots at
too.
LAN. True.
It depends on the team. Depends on the situation. So it's like let's not work in absolutes here.
Yeah.
Scythe are gonna just go ahead and repel in. And
I don't know how that happens, but fair enough. The grenade is thrown in to deny Hungry. He stays back.
It was a really well placed nade because it allowed him to fully confidently focus on Cigar.
Now, you see the Bandit battery that was set up there. That's a reaction from Penta against the X-Kairos play that was happening from Empire, realizing that Empire are not bringing a Thatcher on this assault to the top floor.
Strange they don't bring the Kaid, though, because that would actually counter what they're doing, whereas the Bandit batteries get shot really easily.
You can destroy them from below, that's for sure. The thing is, Scyther has to dedicate himself to that play.
Or the Skylight. Which is what they did. They shot him from the Skylight, and now the wall's open.
Yeah.
This time, though, Penta did fully reinforce the wall. We didn't really bring it up last time, but the wall was not fully reinforced, interestingly, and that really, really hurt Penta's defense.
Yeah, I mentioned it a couple times here and there because when they played those first 2 rounds on this top floor, it was soft. But yeah, now it's completely reinforced. And when there's the bandit battery on the side, of course, if you're Empire, you will just fire at the wall that you can destroy. It just works. One alibi trap. Yeah, it just works. One alibi trap has already been tricked by the defenders, so you can just walk on in. Joystick pre-firing into the smoke, and Hungary will be taken away. Vaughn, with an Ector cell, already had been used. 12 seconds left, and he's got to walk through the tracks. Oh no, he vaults right above them, but he can't find the kill. Firing into the Habana, he'll get the headshot, but in a 3v1 against Siler, Joystick, and Karzeka. There's a shield, and it plays against him. Zofia finds the kill. Empire secure the round and go up 3-2.
So what I'm noticing here is that Penta continue to put Janix in a kind of an odd position up on that top floor. That double shield thing going on in the cigar room, and they're not supporting it. They're just putting Janix on an island and saying, good luck, get kills, have fun. And he gets picked at the beginning of each of those top floor defenses. And it's not working out great for Penta. They need to rethink how they decide to set up on that top floor, if you ask me. But that's for them to discuss after this match, because they're going to go to reading for their last defense. And since there's no OT, well, it's their truly last defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So, how does this go? 3-2? On the floor. We haven't seen anybody really play the, how do you say, the train area or the steam room.
Mining.
Mining.
Or I call it like engine.
Yeah.
Usually I call that room
steam engine, steam. I call it.
Yeah. Ooh, you got calls for it. You can call whatever you want. Yeah. But yeah, the site is called mining.
Yeah, mining, dining. Nobody's been playing that. It was played once.
We don't really play it, in my opinion, because when you're defending on top floor of Kafe, you hold the east side. That's the cocktail side. That's where you see the defender setting up right now, upstairs. Where Hungary is, where enemy is, that's cocktail. Enemy is in cocktail. Hungary's by main bar. So you hold on this east side, and that's the defender-friendly side, and it's because you have white stairs as your rotation. You've got the drop-down into laundry when you need to fall back. So when you're roaming upstairs to delay, you've got this nice setup on the cocktail side, then you've got this big dead, or just no man's land by the big bar. It's hard for the attackers to cross that successfully. They have to get picks on the people by cocktail or use utility. So you either burn time, kill attackers, or burn utility by roaming cocktail. But if you're defending mining, well, that's on the other side of the building. It's on the west, so your cocktail roam isn't really helping you in holding on to mining. You can retake above, sure, but it's not actually actively assisting you. And if you retake above, then you yourself as the defender then have to go through the no man's land. So that's my running theory on why people don't like to go to mining as much.
Yeah.
Reading is nice and snug underneath cocktail.
So you can defend it much easier. Whereas here you have to play piano. So why would you play that, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Logical. It's a logical song. It's a great song, by the way.
There's a song called Logical?
Yeah, it's a logical song. It's Supertramp.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard it. Joystick takes down enemy. I guess I'll learn something after this match. As this is the last one of the day, surprisingly. It's been a fast day.
It's been super fast.
Which is good for you.
Yeah, because if you didn't know, because you don't, I'm actually casting both evenings, both matches, both play days with EU and NA. Parky Boy is not back yet, so we wish him all the best.
Well, it's going to be a kill for Hungary. Karzeka goes down. Nice refrag there, but Hungary did eat a lot of damage in that endeavor. He got the refrag. It cost him. He's a smoke, though, so he can still delay as long as he's got those gas canisters. It's taken 2 minutes for Empire to take top floor. I would say that's good efficiency.
You're just wasting as much time as possible. And Yannick's finding a kill on Dan. Can he find another? Yes! Oh. Joystick down. Huge play from Penta. And they're looking to tie things up here. Another one from Yannick's on the top of white stairs. One more for Yannick's! Oh my god! Here he is finally showing up. And Celebration, you deserve it, my man. Finally, Yannick's the beast is alive, and here you go. Where has this been for the past 4 months of competitive play?
Great job there to Janix. Holding on the white stairs and killing everybody,
yeah.
It seems. It's a beautiful play. It's going to be even split down the first half. It just doesn't get much better than that. And on Empire, no less. Beautiful play.
It's just, he read him like an open book. Honestly, Yannick's, I know a lot of people might put pressure on Yannick's because he's underperformed so far in the online phase of this, of the Pro League. But,
Attackers
man,
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
this is the time to show up, right?
Yeah, Janix had a really good play. He is the player from Eastern Europe on Penta. He was from Latvia? Or, no, yeah, it's from Latvia. He's from Latvia.
Latvia?
And he's had a really good, I'd say, a really good start to his career. He's still just getting into it, you know, to be fair to him.
He is from Latvia.
Attackers must locate
Yanis
and defuse
Linins.
the bomb.
Well, he had a lot of, like a massive pair of shoes to fill with Sir Boss being removed from the team, right? So
It's true. It's true. And a lot of people have been, whoa, Scyther eating damage early on. He's down.
What?
He's going for a spawn peek, but Ravon's down as well. It's an exchange of downs here. And no one will be killed. But yeah, Janix has had an interesting start to his career, and I'd say that being thrust onto Penta was a little bit intimidating. It looked for him at the very beginning, but after a 4K like that, you can say that his confidence is starting to build, and you can hope that that'll carry like forward, and we'll see more stuff like that from him in the future, because that's always cool to see. Again, especially against teams like Empire.
Well, now Yanix is holding on the top. Ooh, spotted the side of the hand, or maybe there was a drone to give him the info, but
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Shepard's holding on in the freezer, and Yanix is setting up by our new drop down into Cigar.
Bomb located
And this
by
is usually
attackers.
what happens at Kafe. You kind of have to sit back, relax, and wait until midway through the round until really some action happens. There's nobody repelling by the piano window, but Ravon will still find the kill on Scyther. So great start here. The Mozzie taken off of play, and that was a pretty sweet kill. All right. How did that even happen?
Well, Scyther had taken a lot of damage earlier, and that was the last little bit of damage that was necessary to get the kill. Still have Ravon in play, on low HP, but still in play. I wonder if they trade down to each other if it was just teammates. Probably the latter. Gonna open up the hole into back. Oh no!
Oh, yeah, Shepard.
Well, you don't know. It was just bad timing there between Shepard and Dan, and yeah, that happens. It's unlikely he would have been able to say it anyway. And Dan will go down as he attempts to rotate. Thanks to that hole the enemy opened up, he'll get a
Attackers
kill.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
See, you talked about the COD in a couple rounds ago, right?
Bomb diffuser has
And
dropped.
you're supposed to hit it, but
Attackers have dropped the
But
bomb
he didn't.
he didn't.
Attackers have
Yeah.
recovered their
And that's the
diffuser.
problem.
A bomb has been
Happens.
located.
You have the flexibility and the gun really to use later on. The tracks will be thrown out. So it should cut off rotations here between the Empire players, and because the wall is soft, it's an easy entry in from side of Piano. Kajika goes into blast. He has the shield and the Mira-style windows to use. He drops right on in and finds Yanix on the outside. Revenge will be had. As Kajika finds one more enemy. He gets dropped behind the shield, and at least his downing will be confirmed. Jaeger trying to move in, but Ravon and Hungry have so much on their plate. They clear off Shepard, and the site is clean from the top. They have to pick up the diffuser. Is there enough time? Hungry's getting stopped right by the diffuser. Oh, no! Oh, the Claymore! It saves the day! That was a hell of a Claymore.
That so rarely happens at this level. But Joystick just a little bit ahead of himself there.
Oh, no.
And Ravon's got to be laughing about that one. Now Penta find themselves up one round over Empire. We'll go to the top floor again. That was a good round from Penta.
Yeah, they played it well, and
Very well played.
it came down to the Clyde kind of mucking things up.
He did miss his shots onto the sledge.
You could have really delayed the round even more. Even though Penta won the round, it was really close when it comes to timing. So you really have to watch for that. Empire, had their timing been a bit better on the Electric Claw, the round would have been completely different maybe.
It might have been. And we'll find out what the difference potential could be
Defenders, protect your bombs from
as
being
we go
defused by
to
attackers.
the top floor again. So second try here for Empire. See if they make this happen. I mean, that was a pretty close round, all things considered, and it looked like it could have been an Empire round, but yeah, we had some curious decisions made there. Joystick, for example, he ran out on the east side to take down Janix, and he did get him, but it did cost his team the round in the end because he wasn't on site to anchor. If he had been there to support the Kaid, there might have been refrag, which might have been a totally different story.
5 seconds left.
Alrighty then.
Attackers are moving out to locate
Empire going for the soft wall approach again. Very standard one here as they play by the bomb site. With Bar. Nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Very similar to the setup that even Penta used on their final round, playing on the top of the bar. Very standard. Both the operator selections of both teams are very similar. You see the Clyde is really the big difference compared to the Bandit that Penta was running. But the Mozzie is a great operator, as we talked about in the pre-show, right? And in general, for Empire, it just works out so well for them. Every time we have an interview with Joystick, he says, you know, we caught X amount of drones, and it really helped us in around X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, well, Mozzie's just really good. And Mozzie Mute combo is potent as all heck.
Especially on this map, because you have so few angles to drop. Sure, you can throw from the skylight, but it's not always viable, right?
It's going to get shot usually midair. Ooh, close to a hacked drone there. And Mozzie passed somewhere around the red stairs, and they're hunting for it now. There's no way this works again. I'm going to remember that one, though. I'm going to use that for sure, because that worked out great for Avon. You barely even notice it. You don't see that Claymore from the stairs. When you're coming up from the bottom of red stairs, you don't see it, man. And it's going to catch you. So you just destroy the vase in the corner. You go all the way into the corner, and then you look into the cubby, like the little nook there, at where the stairs meet the platform. You aim there, and there's your Claymore placement. Thank you, Ravon. I appreciate that. I'm going to use that for sure. And it's better than putting it aggressively on the staircase, which almost never works because they always see the laser shoot it or vault over the railing. So, Scyther roaming downstairs over by pillars. He's got a C4 in hand, so he can do some damage from below. 2 minutes already have lapsed through this round, so this has been a pretty slow one for Penta. Haven't been able to make anything happen. A much less efficient attack from Penta than what we were seeing from Empire, I gotta say. It's not even a question. But they're still winning. Up one round, at least.
Now spotted in the back are Empire, and enemy might try to capitalize on this, but again, the reinforcements are set so well. Unfortunately, the Nitro not as well for Scyther. Will miss, and I assume a second Nitro cell missed as well by Dan. We'll always try to keep track of those Nitros. No, he is trying to use it now, and it will not connect. Grenade will be thrown right into his face, and just hits the floor.
15 seconds
Now pushing into the fridge. Penta really have to be careful about their timing. Scyther will find one kill, and he'll dive on in as his utility has already been used. No diffuser has been set as it gets dropped to the floor. Diving through the skylight, and it's Kajika and Scyther to finish things off with the help of Dan. A flawless round for Team Empire as Penta waited out old school Vitality style, and then collapse on the site, only to be met by a flurry of bullets and a hail of them from Team Empire. 4-4 is the score.
Yeah, I mean, they set themselves up decently, but the very slow take there from Penta. Excessively slow. Too slow is the way I would put it. And, yeah, well, I mean, they ended up costing them. They didn't have any kind of punch behind their setup either. While, okay, yeah, they opened up an angle onto the bathroom to deny that. They didn't push in through Whitehall or bathroom. They didn't have enough access into back bar storage or freezer. Allowed for Empire to pretty easily hold that from the Whitehall. And all of that adding up to, all of that plus the fact that they didn't have very much time to execute. It was a pretty lackluster attack from Penta, I gotta say. A flawless round from Empire. Well done to them on the defense. They're going to go to Reading now as their secondary site.
Similar setup here for Empire. It's just, the new shield has definitely been a super popular addition to the game. At least
Because it's a super power. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. You know, go ask any pro player; they'll tell you the same. Well, actually, I bet you there's one out there who doesn't think it's very good.
Well,
actually, yeah. Most of them they'll agree. Oh, wow, I wish I could do that to my scope. Can you imagine if you could play like that,
dude. That's like, if your zoom in FOV would actually be stuck to your in-game FOV, the 90 FOV, and not to the default like zoom in 30 or whatever it is in the game.
All I know is it actually, now that I think about it, when I looked at it a little bit longer, it just looks like red dot.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Yeah,
the 1x zoom basically on an ACOG.
Yeah, it looks like a red dot. So never mind. I don't want that.
I changed my mind.
Yep, I retract my previous statement. Gridlock on blast, probably going to be, throwing down those track stingers, or just tracks down the red staircase to try and deny the rotation. That's inevitable. Joystick getting aggressive by pixel spot. They have opened up the bench, so there's a little bit more maneuverability for whoever plays here. He's actually going to get aggressive into piano. This is confidence bleeding through here for Joystick off of the last round win. Rightfully so. We know he can hit those shots. Those team charms, really, really bright. I just noticed because it was like right in front of his face. Yeah. Yeah, wow, okay. No piano control just yet for Penta. All Joystick needed to do there was show his face in piano, and suddenly Penta are taking an extra 20-30 seconds before they push into piano. And that's, well, I mean, it's smart from Joystick, right? But Penta needs to realize that they can just push in when they can just push in. They need to know, just by whether it be by droning, proactively droning, like having a drone in the room beforehand, what have you. They need to be aware so that they're not wasting all of his time. Because, guys, the site is reading. You haven't taken piano. I'm pushing into mining with the bomb right now, or the diffuser, pardon me. It's been a while.
Hey guys, we found it.
Yeah, and they know where they're going now. And they have actually set up inside of train to take into dining.
It's a great position, though, as you can tell with the Clyde, that can just lock out the couple of rotation positions here, either through the middle of the fireplace or Joystick, actually at the top of the white stairs. They're halfway up it. You can watch the reverse rappel, the standard EU play, and all the tracks stop dead in their tracks, I guess. Got him.
And it is definitely going to be a dining execution here with the last 25 seconds. You can clearly see that this is a setup for dining. The smoke goes a little too far, and that's, oh no, Shepard doesn't see the plant coming down right now. Ravon might actually be able to make this happen. Janix gets one before being down himself, and yes, it is a post plant now. C4 comes out, and it will destroy Hungary, but Penta, 3 versus 4, post plant. They've got one lit Blaz. That's the strong disadvantage for them here, but this is still very winnable, considering that they are the ones with the timer now in their favor. Inside of mining is one, and he's going to get a kill. That's Ravon. Shepard, though, takes out enemy, so this is definitely not over for Team Empire, and that's a little bit of damage done to Ravon inside of mining itself, thanks to the MP5 from Karzeka, though he does also go down to Ravon, having a great round, and not a flick from Dan. Ravon now the last one alive. He's got to be the hero for this round, but he's done it so far. Can he finish it out? Comes with a pre-aim and wins it. What a round from Ravon. An incredible play inside of mining. The post plant really saved by this IQ.
Ravon, beautiful dodges and weaves behind the desk by the engine room. Just wonderfully executed.
I can't believe he won that.
Yeah. He just kept ducking between everyone and just firing into them.
He was winning the gunfights, man. I mean, he got one kill off of surprise. One. Every subsequent kill was just winning a heads-up gunfight. Maybe not that last one. Maybe that last... Because, to be fair, the mute had to go for the disable. But the rest of them, this is impressive, man. Way to go, Ravon. Now we'll be going to reading again for Empire. They're going to stick to it. I did not think that Penta was going to win that round.
No. It was all up to them. It was all up on Empire. They had everything. And then they just messed it up. The diffuser got planted. The nitro cell came out and killed the planter.
Mm-hmm.
But Empire didn't realize that they downed the player coming up the stairs. So had the, believe the Mozzie in that case, on white stairs, actually clicked to call the nitro cell, it would have ended the round right then and there.
Absolutely.
10 seconds left before
That's how close games can get in Pro League. That's
You know what that was, though? It's because Shepard thought he had default plant on lock.
yeah.
Because he was holding the angle, he could see past the smoke. He must have called, guys, I've got it.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
It's not his fault that he didn't see the guy planting. But yeah, the C4 was there, it just wasn't called. It's crazy. Well, here's the hero of the last round. We've seen 2 heroes for Penta so far, Janix and Ravon, and well, I mean, that's what you need going up against Empire, I suppose. This has been, so far, a closer, much closer match than most people expected. This is the most one-sided in the community vote, with Empire taking a whopping, what is that, 84%? Jeez.
And it's close. That's what we did not expect. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, 5-4 with Penta ahead in the game, looking a lot like our first matchup of the evening, right? Between Sisu
Yeah, it is.
and their opponents of Giants.
Yeah, it's looking a lot like that first one. And the funny thing is that the first one was also one of the matches that we were thinking that was going to be a little bit more one-sided.
Yep.
And Sisu proved us all wrong. They didn't win, but they proved us wrong in that it was close.
But hey, if Empire managed to lose here against Penta, what a
clean.
shot from Joystick. Okay.
Absolutely clean.
But should Empire manage to lose this game against Penta, then G2 and Na'Vi would just be eternally grateful.
Yeah, then you're looking at all the other front runners. I mean, Penta's not in the running for land. Not really.
No.
Not realistically.
No.
I haven't done the math on it, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that they're not, okay? Giants, Empire, and Na'Vi right now are looking like the strongest contenders. And yeah, Giants and Na'Vi are going to be like, oh, Penta beats Empire? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Penta. Because, yeah, Penta's working to get themselves out of the relegation spots, but they're just doing a favor to everyone else at that point.
So, hey, if you're one of the top teams in PL that are just fighting their way to Tokonami, then yeah, you are Penta's biggest fans in this matchup. Shepard will be dropped by enemy to turn into a 4v4.
Oh.
Rafon going ham again against Karjeka.
Oh!
Take him out, and enemy another one. There's still one behind the wall. That's a peek from Joystick. We'll salvage the round a bit with a 3v3. The Scyther's already been dropped on the floor. Oh, the headshot. Joystick spotted. Somehow that's not a hit to the head.
Somehow not a headshot, yeah. I agree with you, though. That was a headshot. And now Ravon's turned on the last defender. And there it is. Penta, how did they win that round? They were at a man disadvantage. They should have lost it. And they turn around. Ravon, enemy, putting kills on the board. And now we're on match point Penta.
There was just no way we should have gotten to this, like this far into the game. This can tie. This can end into a Penta victory. I mean, Penta have had 1 W this entire tournament so far?
Guys, Penta's about to beat Empire. They're 1 round away.
Holy baloney. They've won 1 game against Mouse, and they've tied 1 against Vitality.
And that's all that Penta's done this whole season. Other than that, losses.
And reminder again, that was Sisu, now Mouse back then.
Yeah. And Sisu's playing a lot better now. They're looking really strong.
But this is back when they even had Wilkie on the squad.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. Okay, I am just
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
very surprised. Now, it's going to be a top defense again for Empire. This is their 3rd. They get to go back here now that they've lost reading twice in a row. Empire lost this top floor defense once, won it once. So this could still be a comeback mounted here for Empire. Maybe they go to Kitchen after this. They make it work. It's possible. I mean, we'll see. It also could just be an absolute lockout from Penta, the way things are looking. You know, the crazy thing is, even when Penta starts winning rounds, you don't even really feel like they've won the round until everyone on Empire is dead. Are you getting that? Getting that vibe?
Yeah.
Like, until everyone on Empire is dead, you're like, no, this last Empire guy is going to clutch. But then it never happens. It's just not. Penta is locking this out, and they're doing a great job, even when Empire has the advantage. I mean, that last round, or 2 rounds back, Ravon, what a clutch. It's beautiful.
It shouldn't have happened.
And it shouldn't happen. You'd think that Empire would win that.
It's so surprising. But again, this is why we love competitive Siege so much, is because you can go from, oh, we won Pro League finals, we were one of the grand finalists at 6 Invitational, and we won the Raleigh Major, yet here we are, close to losing against Penta Sports, who have been on the down low this entire online phase and have not even cracked the group stages or past group stages in, well, the one offline tournament we played this year, just DreamHack. It's pretty crazy.
It is indeed. Everyone's going to be doing it now, Ramon. What have you done?
Watch out in ranked, by the way.
Yeah, check the corner now. Don't check for the lasers. Check for the actual Claymore. Now, this has been a really impressive showing from Penta, and I have to say, even if it's a draw, that's what we haven't even mentioned this.
Yeah.
Even if it's a draw, they have already kneecapped Team Empire in a sense. They have taken away the potential for 3 points. Penta have just limited Empire to 1 point out of this match, which means that I don't think, that means Giants are officially locked in for first after this playday.
Yep.
So great job to Penta. Unfortunate for Empire and their fans. And I gotta say, I'm sure Giants are really happy about that, as are Navi.
Yeah, I can already see the Reddit post. Are Empire saving strats for Japan?
Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe they lose another match, and then our Empire washed up. It's just going to come in rapid fire succession, as it usually does.
Yeah, man, you get at the top, and that's where all the haters come in, right?
Exactly.
Blast Scyther in the head.
That was clean.
That was very clean. The Legion eliminated.
You get those lead-off picks on potentially the last round, they mean a lot. But again, Penta's attacks so slow. Guys, there's 40 seconds left. You have to hit the site.
You're downstairs. It's above.
Go! Joystick's down here too, and he's been droned out. They know he's here. They're going to try and push him, but they don't know where exactly, and Blast is going to give away his life. A turn from the Thatcher. Janix is just a little bit too slow there. Ravon also, Joystick's on a tear downstairs, and he is absolutely showing Penta why Empire are the ones to have won the last major. Janix, though, the refrag finally. Meanwhile, Karzeka upstairs does take down enemy, meaning Empire are in the lead, but Hungary's doing some work alongside Janix, who's coming up the white stairs. The problem is time. They don't really have a lot of it, but Hungary gets Karzeka into 1 versus 1. Janix versus Dan, his position known, but no time. A clutch out from Dan, thanks to Penta's excessively slow attack.
Joystick escaped death 3 times at the bottom floor.
The 4th time didn't work out for him.
Yeah, but
3 times. And 2 kills.
Time delay when there's little time left, all of that factored in. He did a great job.
Yeah,
here we are.
He certainly did.
6-5. Penta Sports still ahead. And as you mentioned, the biggest of deals, they denied Empire the 3 points at the end of the day.
And it is going to be a kitchen defense for the last hold from Empire. That's just what I thought might happen. It turns out is going to happen. And what this means is that Penta are going to have to win an attack on a site that they have never gone to in this match. So there's a little bit of an unknown factor, and that will work in Empire's favor for the most part. Maybe Penta has a crazy pocket strat they're about to surprise us all with, but generally speaking, this should work in Empire's favor. There's going to be a bakery hold here from Empire. Maybe Penta will call a different take. The usual take on this site is to push into bakery, open up the bakery wall into the A-bomb site, and plant by Gordon Ramsay. But, and that's default plant spot, by the way, if you didn't know. But, usually what you're going to do, if there's a bakery hold, if you can't deal with it, you're going to rotate around to the white garage and try to open that up instead. Now, you have to deal with VIP when you're doing that take, but it can work out if you play it right. And it's usually a safer bet than trying to take into a bakery hold. Bakery hold, for some reason, just really strong. Maybe it's because there's only one doorway to enter and there's plenty of places for the defenders to hide. Anyway, we'll find out what Penta decide to do. So we play this out. It looks like it's going to be a top floor clear. This is another safer strategy that you can play when you're attacking the bottom floor.
Aye.
But I gotta say, with how slow Penta have been on their attacks, I don't know if a top floor clear is the right call.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do it.
Well, it depends on the take, but yeah, if you wanna do like a solid white main lobby take, then yeah, probably.
The problem with attacking from the back, and specifically when you're playing against Kitchen, is that not having the thermite really slows you down because you don't have, you can't access and give yourselves two roads of entrance or two entrances that are wide enough to just funnel in. Even if you have the manpower advantage, just because you'll be so funneled in, it's just so difficult to counter your opponents. They can sit, they can hold close angles, and watch you move in from the top, from the bottom. Difficult.
It's really funny. Dan is sitting in Meat Locker, and he's using his ability to distract his enemy. Because he knows that Penta have been slow on their attacks. And if he just uses the ability, people are going to be droning above him. And they're going to be like, where's the Vigil? Where's the Vigil? He's sitting in Meat Locker. He's not actually roaming. He doesn't need to. He can still distract using just his ability. So that's
200 IQ play.
Clever. Clever. And Joystick playing in Red Hall has not been droned out. There is a gridlock. Blaz in the Red Hall could easily die to Joystick, but actually Hungary's going to kill him. Oh.
All right.
So I guess he had been droned out. Didn't seem like Blaz was aware of his location. But there you go. Hungary. Great kill there. Joystick off the board. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, 45 seconds left. And Penta aren't even near the site.
You have to open the reinforced wall.
There's just, inefficient time management here. Despite Penta getting all these kills, they've just taken out Shepard. It looks like Penta should have this on lock, but the time is the real factor here.
Their attacks have always been so weak, even a year ago. Penta always seemed so slow on their assault. EMP thrown out here from the Thatcher of Yannick's. As Scyther's holding off, he'll pre-fire as he spots the hand. Oh, what a shot from Yannick's coming into his own. Dan will relocate, activate the ERC. Now turning around, Kajeka will find one. The head from Dan. Will be set. The wall's been opened up as Dan finds one more in Hungary. SMG-12 in hand with a hollow sight. He finds the head of enemy and relocates. 3 seconds left. Will he stay alive? And yes, he finds the kill, even Dan. Oh my. He'll save the day for Empire and at least collect a point. But that's a 6-6 on the board. That's the best that Empire could run away with. Best point for Penta here, I guess, is that they got one of those points on the board for themselves. Man, how is this the closest game of the evening when we looked at it and we completely dismissed the game as,
oh yeah,
this is just going to be a walkover.
Everybody looked at this and they're thinking to themselves, wow, free win for Empire. Congratulations to them. Penta have proven us all wrong. They must have been practicing a lot over the break because they are looking very strong. If you can draw Empire, then you could probably beat most people. So Penta have got to be extremely confident off of that. That said, they totally threw that last round. That was terrible. They could have won it.